addressed to the youth of America. But of course, it is not for the youth of America. It is for us, the teenager inside that we might have forgotten. It is a call for the kid inside each of us to wake up and remind us that they never left and that they're watching with great expectations. I love you all, and I look forward to making your acquaintance. With love, David. The lie heard round the world. An open love letter to the youth of America. Also, a call to arms. Wait! There. Did you hear it? There it goes again. It's so elusive, but I know it's there because I've been hearing it in my head since I gained consciousness. It's the dull hum, the numb droning, the constant chitter-chatter in our ears about what it takes to live a happy life. And it's funny, because we all really knew the truth right away. Remember, firstly, that warm mother's hug and the drug of a full tummy? Remember those times when we woke up and went to bed knowing what was right and wrong without anybody telling us? And that's why it was so weird when we started getting deprogrammed, and it was just all right. And the sneers and the knowing shrugs and the petulant looks about what it takes to survive in the world. Fucking survive, we were told. We started to be told that the game of life was about acquiring green and status and power, and it was not about Earth's great gifts and the ability to dig existence and a warm, full tummy. But I have great hope and empathy for today's youth as I stride boldly out of mine, because I know what you go through, young America, and I know you know how fucked up your situation is. Yeah. I have dedicated the rest of my life to informing the world about the truth of the civilization that we live in. As you know, this will never be a battle that will be won, but it is simply a life path choice. At any rate, I get what you're trying to do. I know you're trying to communicate with us. And I know we're not paying attention. Here's what's in store for you. You will soon be fed the lie that kids don't know what they're talking about, probably when you're around 18 and looking for a sign that age is significant. Now, everyone won't buy it, and some will turn out to be good fathers or cool teachers or Girl Scout troop leaders. But many do choose to turn their back on what they know to be right and wrong, and they buy into a new set of ideals that America places out precariously for you. Now, these new ideals are tricky because they can hurt people. But we are told that if we play by these new rules, we will subsequently be given lies that will excuse them. Yes. You must be especially careful about these lies because they come oftentimes perfumed and garlanded. It is at this point that I will dispense with the flowery metaphors and get specific. Boys, you will be told that you can't learn anything from women. You will be told that they aren't as smart as you are, and they can't make rational, logical decisions. Well, take a look around at the world, and then tell me what rational, logical thought has done for it. You will also be told that sexual objectification is okay in some situations, and that your only real duty is to make money for your family, that it's okay to not have a particularly close relationship with your children, and to always choose overtime when faced with the option of seeing your daughter's school play or working overtime. Look at these lies and recognize them as the ridiculous ruses that they are. Know that what you know now is the truth, that grown-ups lie because they're afraid of not looking as smart as other people. The corporate CEOs, the politicians squirming under the glare of scrutiny, they really do just want to be liked by the popular kids, or impress their old buddies with cool job titles. And the decisions that they make are best guesses, given the circumstances, often motivated by the fear of reporting an earnings loss. Almost never respectful of or cooperative of life-affirming, the way that your best kindergarten teacher taught you to be. Life tries to teach you to stop having integrity. That turns out to be one of the bigger disappointments. Girls, first, you will be told that you are not beautiful. You will be told this again and again, despite all evidence to the contrary, despite any definition that you give to the word beauty. The blows to your ego will assail you in a masterful set of military maneuvers, attaching your self-image to your self-esteem, imprinting you with a... Actually, I don't know this word. Preternatural? Preternatural?
Preternatural.
Preternatural! Imprinting you with a preternatural need for acceptance from men, alternately deifying and then lionizing you. Even more insidious, the barrage of negative self-esteem will leave you with the impression that your relative beauty is your most relevant quality. Second, although you will be told that your opinions do matter, you will be told that they matter less. You'll be taught that they matter less. This idea will be slipped to you stealthily through a manipulative melange of innuendo, propaganda, and demeaning cartoonish portrayals directly proportional to how many times Hilary Duff swoons in a Cute Boy movie. You cannot win unless you hold on to the truth that you know to be self-evident. You are the givers of life. You should be honored and respected at all times. Your input into the course of world events should not only be hoped for, but demanded. But everywhere and often, you will be pelted with stones, burned at the stake, taught to reshape the way you think, and any mention of you in history will be fleeting. Please recognize this pervasive fallacy for what it is. You have been told this to justify the kind of aggressive and insular culture people need for empire. You have been told this so that the hunt for gold and land can go on without conscience. You have been told this so that you can waste away your life searching for the perfect man rather than trying to manifest the perfect realization of yourself. You beautiful, beautiful human being. That is the truth. White children, you will be told that you are the scourge of the earth, and that you are the only reason that anyone ever does anything bad. You are told this because it's true. The rest is just commentary. You are told this despite the fact, but principally because some people you have never met did a lot of things you are not responsible for. And though sadly, many people are proud of this legacy and derive identity from these crimes, please dismiss this discourse as the, one more word, putrescent, thank you, putrescent claptrap that it is.
That's good.
Fuck yeah. There have always been good and bad people of all races. Furthermore, the idea that race exists at all is perhaps the most sinister trap of all.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha. This line is told to divide us, diminish us, degrade us, and on into infinity. You are not white. You are my brother and you are my sister. Or didn't you know? Black and brown children. You comprise the vast majority of the people on this planet, and yet popular culture will reduce you to the lesser half of a racial binary comprised of you and white people. You will be essentialized into terms like black and brown, despite the multitudinous array of chromatic diversity we display. You will be sold a bill of goods regarding how you are supposed to act, deficiencies to which you are heir, the standards for machismo or sassiness you are supposed to exude. Everyone and always, people will expect you to sense things, be intuitive and emote, but to have little control over your passions. Get used to it, and then reject it. Realize and know the fear and insecurity from which this tendency derives. Recognize that the worldwide campaign to demean you has only a tangential bearing on your actual potential. Call out this, he's so much smaller than me, this pusillanimous? Pusillanimous. I actually do have a vocabulary. Call out this pusillanimous con game right there on the street. right amidst the pickpockets and the carnival barkers. Shine a light on its deception so that it knows its own shame. And then summarily reject any attempt to prevent you from realizing your own unique self, because the world needs you. Straight children, you will be told that you are the norm. There is little evidence to prove this, except the vast amount of people willing to tell you that you are the norm. You will also be told that there are certain perks in life to which you have a special privilege, and that you have every right to maintain an air of contempt for those different from you because you chose your affections right. Furthermore, you will be encouraged to maintain this air even if every other area of your own life falls to shambles. You will be granted a false sense of superiority. You will be conditioned to have a false sense of superiority. You will be given sensibilities and aspirations upon which to hang a false sense of superiority. That sly, normed elision will excuse your lapses into injustice and bullying. It is incumbent upon you to pluck this penury out of your soul before it becomes a part of you. I urge you to seize it in vitro and then doggedly prosecute those who try to infect you.
Yes.
Gay children, there is no end to the parade of falsehoods, fabrications, half-truths, and half-wits that will attempt to explain to you who, what, and why you are. I will not even attempt to list any here, except to make note of the most insidious, that the sole determining factor of your identity is who you have sex with. As if not having sex with a certain person will somehow make you not gay. Please reject this particular piece of poppycock. Please reject this particular piece of poppycock at your first opportunity and continue to be a stand for its eradication from the face of the planet. Take heart, of course, in the knowledge that those who would abuse you, slander you, and attempt to reforge you into their image are only the most desperate and doleful captives of their own fear, deserving only of your pity, and for only the bravest among you, an example of how to love. I see you out there trying, young America, banging your hands against your heads, against our heads, telling us to wake up and stop feeding you shit. I hear you asking for our attention and real values and something other than branding to believe in. I get it, and believe me, it will be done, but I'm afraid you have a little task too. You've got the last keys to the puzzle. You must break that wall of communication with your teacher, your parents, your youth group leaders yearning to breathe free. Once you teach us to stop being so afraid of everybody all the time, then maybe we'll have a chance. And I know what you're thinking. It's impossible. The way I was taught to treat people is not the way that I see people doing it in real life. So, why should I care? Except no, you must care. You must care. Because the people who run the world are the purveyors of a shell game that we don't know how to stop playing. I know because I was young too, and on the verge of disillusionment too. So now, a call to arms. Maybe you've been told to aspire purchasing a home in a gated community. Perhaps you were taught to while away your hours in shopping malls and cineplexes. But inside, you really knew that you were meant for more, didn't you? You knew there had to be a better purpose, no? Well, the secret's out. There is a job needed of you, and quick. Your duty? You must remember the lessons we taught you about how the world was supposed to be, and then reteach them back to us. You've been training since you were in your crib. Remind us when we cheat on our taxes, or skimp a little off the top of the check stand, or call people bad names who move too close. Start making us responsible for the people that we've turned out to be. Because we were young too, and had golden dreams about striding in our futures too. We are in desperate need, young America. We need a fresh battalion of soldiers to stand for what's right, and for real. Never, ever sell out, ever. Even if you become the next big meme, or the next Real Housewives of your town, USA, Storm the barricades of your best intentions. We need you to keep in our face, reminding us, sometimes quietly, because we're old and distracted, about what being a hero means to you. Demand our focus, and then proceed to teach us to start acting like grown-ups. And we will sneer at you and tell you that you're too young to understand how this really works. And then we'll give you every justification to simply accept our wisdom. But then just look at the food that we're feeding you, or the air that you have to breathe in. And then slowly look right up into our smiling mugs and deny the lie. You must keep banging our heads. And I know it stinks because we don't listen to you, and I know it sucks because you've already got enough to deal with in school and family and just making it from day to day.
Yeah, right.
But you see, we are counting on you. And the planet is counting on you. And that's all there is to it. There is no time to lose. The need is dire, and the odds are great. So quit your bitching and strap on your capes. It's time to go save the fucking world.